Mimo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. I think there is a very serious story we need to talk about, and this is coming from the defense minister. It's extremely serious. This story is serious. For munim say the Abanwe Ashe program biasia say some weekdays, right? Wednesday, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They want to get close to Ghanaians, especially ministers, no. And the person ministers no air county. Emma Ghana for so far. We ministers Ababe Kasa, health minister Aba. And some other also important ministers in the sector, Omaba, right? In Tiendra and a defense minister, Edu no so say ononso baba bebu akonta atre Ghana for NDC eba no. Eden no moye, eden na kosu ye, interior minister ba ononso ba bekane die and all that. You know, Nina in a bid to get close to Ghanaians, get Ghanaians first-hand information on the issues going on in this country. Then the defense minister ba Obabe Kasaya no, in the person of Dr. Edward Omaneboama. O make revelation be. Now revelation are all can. In some way can they say there are thousands of military ammunitions are unaccounted for. Now just say President Akufo-Addo more time. Military photo bibri just a high grade military tool bibri ana Ghana yewo military for ne wono. President Akufo-Addo more time omu free so no. And then say to ni na ni baby akwakogu. Say to I don't know the plural for etu meaning say can intua but what the mean can etu sa. Say etu bebrebe no ye ni baby etu na akwakogu. President Akufo-Addo free so no. Etu ni na era. And I think it's a very serious issue we need to talk about. Now, let's read the story and then have a discussion on that. Also, the Minister of Defense, Dr. Edward Omaneboama, has revealed that thousands of rounds of military ammunition transferred from the Ghana Armed Forces to the National Security Secretariat in 2024 have not been accounted for. He has therefore expressed outrage over the situation, questioning why such a magnitude of ammunition could be transferred to an agency that does not maintain an active fighting force. Inti wo ha onu minister ne kra no utumu se oba ministry ho no ade no ebehye na ebufu se national security omo ni obi anko ntokwa adenti na ye be transfer military etuo e de akọ national security ende etuo no yentumi account for. Osi Dr. Omaneboama made the revelation when he took his stand at the newly instituted program by the government known as Government Accountability Series on Monday, July 21st, 2025. He has therefore directed the National Security Secretariat to thoroughly investigate the circumstances surrounding the transfer of the ammunition and its current whereabouts, as it has not yet been accounted for. Until the ebufuo ama National Security for order say omunye investigations ni yenhwe bebi etu na kwa kogu di entia na nde etu no yeni bebi afa. Also, the reality is that to date those ammunitions have not been accounted for, he emphasized, explaining why the issue must be investigated. He said how the Ghana Armed Forces could transfer ammunition to the national security that does not have or that doesn't have a fighting force in 2024 is a question that has to be answered. Hey, now Nkrofui into 2024 year we transfer etu national security. Nkrofui no more plan some person mudi boni bi during 2024 election na amfa na say dey. Hey, and then same suni. Seriously. Into 2024, omo transfer 2 million. I remember said during that time, now rumors been say military penny be di tu akwa kogu ni fie na Japan mo monitor ne muni amokai sa asem no ne mpini mo mfo tuo no nya de muni amokai it was I think was it Sami Jemfi meba let me search for it. Sami Jemfi was making some allegation afian sama kayo nti mesremo eya na story ne ba sa eya na nkrofo ka say aden story ne eya na me nkai na me kasasa na makai nti no nti na eya na me pese me search it. Sami Jemfi's allegations. Was the person a colonel or something? Remember, Sami Jemfi details brigadier. Remember, when Sami Jemfi was alleging, did he mention a gun? I want the story. I want to read the story. I don't want. I want to read the story. This is the Chronicle newspaper. Now let's read the story. And this was in November 20th, 2024. I say NDC calls on Ghana Armed Forces to probe Brigadier General Opoku. I say the opposition National Democratic Congress has called on the Ghana Armed Forces, especially the Chief of Defense Staff, to institute investigations into the alleged plot by Brigadier General Opoku to help the ruling party win the elections. Also, the NDC, by extension, the people of Ghana will hold the IGP, the Chief of Defense Staff, and security heads responsible for the loss of a single life in the 2024 general elections, the party said. According to the NDC, Brigadier General Opoku is allegedly under instructions to lead a scheme by the New Patriotic Party to rig the upcoming election, particularly in the Ashanti region. The Chronicle cannot independently confirm these allegations against the 7 military man. By addressing a press conference in Accra yesterday, National Communication Officer of the party, Sami Jemfi, alleged that the plot included ballot stuffing, swapping of ballot boxes, and swapping of pink sheets, among others. Sami Jemfi disclosed that intelligence picked by the NDC indicated that Brigadier General had allegedly vowed to execute the alleged plot. He alleged that election materials, which their opponents intend to use to execute their alleged plot to rig the elections, have been stacked in Brigadier General's house for safekeeping. The Chronicle cannot again independently confirm these allegations, but Sami Jemfi insisted that per our credible intelligence, Brigadier General Opoku's residence in Kumasi is currently the storage facility for illegally printed ballot boxes, among others. The NDC called on the IGP, Dr. George Kufudampare, who is the chairman of the Election Security Task Force, not to allow any persons to usurp his authority on election day. The IGP and the Election Security Task Force, the party said, must get to the bottom of the said blah blah. So the IGP owes a duty to Ghana, to the people of Ghana, to be firm and fair-minded, to ensure peace during and after the elections. In this regard, we assure him of our fullest cooperation. According to lawyer Sami Jemfi, the elections were about counting heads, not cutting heads, and therefore stressed that no person must lose his or her life on the altar of elections. As a friend from the media, peace has a price, and all of us well-meaning Ghanaians must be prepared to pay that price for peace to prevail. Now, I'll say Brigadier General Opoku, who was inducted as the general officer commanding the Central Command of the Ghana as recently as July this year, once served blah blah blah. It was during his tenure, according to Sami Jemfi, that personnel from national security unleashed mayhem and brutalities on innocent Ghanaians during the infamous Ayawaso West by-elections. Sami Jemfi said when he appeared before the Emil-Shot Commission after the incidents, Colonel Michael Opoku, as then was accepted responsibility as a leader. The Short Commission also placed ultimate liability, blah 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 blah. Okay, so I think in the article Sami Jemfi didn't say na yedi tu akwa kogu ne face. Sami Jemfi has some more kind of say ballot, but I think someone was making the allegation. Say na etuo akwa kogu obifie military penny bifie. And for me, I've forgotten that, but someone was making the allegation. And for me, this coming at this time, ababe boom no. I don't know, but this is serious. I'm not going to lie. This is serious. I say the reality is that to date, those ammunitions have not been accounted for, he emphasized. Explaining why the issue must be investigated, he said, how the Ghana Armed Forces could transfer ammunition to the national security that doesn't have a fighting force in 2024 is a question that has to be answered. Yes. Yes, because 2024 na Ghana yankontokwa. Tebane saying na a transfer from armed forces, Ghana Armed Forces, Eco National Security. And they ni baby a two nafa. Hey, dabi. And I think said the timing is also very important. Was it done after the elections? After the elections, no a plan. So omu per se omu di ye during the era of MDC ana. This is a very serious matter that I think say the minister we need to go to the bottom of this story and find out what exactly happened. As in, notwithstanding the irregular transfer of the thousands of rounds of military ammunition, which have not been accounted for, he expressed optimism that we have kept our nation safe and stable. The Ghana Armed Forces, he indicated, has passed its investigation onto the National Security Secretary to investigate since they were the recipient. No, but this is serious. This is very, very, very serious. This is serious. This is serious. We need to know what time did they happen. Was it prior to the elections? If it was prior to the election, plan Ben or was it after the elections? If it's after the elections, what are they planning to do with those ammunitions? Because in the Yehudia, ne will be same. Na so mo abemu na etuo ni kromo na ende yaba abemu ni yehu. Na chese wo munsem. Inti wo munsem a, what are they planning to do? The entia na military for two ewo nsem ende abanfo fraba untumi enhu bebi etuo ne wo. This is serious. Try mo your comment box ne mo medase. And the Ghana for bebre yare a ekuyen eye stroke, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. Na saa yare we ni na no, the underlying factor eye ade a wo broni friend visceral fat. Na we screen so a we eye doctor a website. Na wa trust say visceral fat wraps around your organs, creating inflammation and interfering with organ function. This fat causes a big belly. Now, one thing about visceral fat, and it's engrofo Rebecca, oh, yebenu me bibidru, ebema yefu atwen, yebenu me dru, ebema mefu atwen, visceral fat no, obwa, obi obeka jose we dro bia obenum na wefu atwen no obwa. Because belly fat no, a dro bia ni hu ebetumi ama na kofom. You only lose belly fat when you decide to lose weight. Na me meti hei, mi obi a, na first mi obi, belly fat no, na mi obi, visceral fat no, na mi obi. Ende, mini ohwa mefu atwe na enyama me ye no eye method bi a me friend no the WWE method me dia throw book no or comment box ni mu so open book ni bi ato a eno ane se wa click comment box ni mu na tre se wato book no ana screen ni so book ni din eye your action plan for weight loss na wa click na wa pe book no ato ye ka eduro eye duane a yedi obi a wobeka tro so ye pedro ebema yefu atwe bia no mese oboa mesrew edro ye duane ebedi nti metre we duane a obedi ni na wo book nim ene nyama e wo se wo ye nti no get the book and then live healthy.